And although he made some smaller changes and simplified some of the internal conflicts Werther is dealing with, he kept the spirit of the original pretty much alive.
Splendid! Oh, well done.
Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are, welcome. I don't know about you, but in Germany we all had to read Goethe's The Sorrows of Young Werther in school. It's like the Catcher in the Rye, but for Germans. Jules Massenet wrote his fantastic opera after Goethe's novel Werther. And although he made some smaller changes and simplified some of the internal conflicts Werther is dealing with, he kept the spirit of the original pretty much alive.
Splendid! Oh, well done.
Anyway, you might have read in the news or experienced it in your private life that the rate of anxiety and depression amongst young people has risen dramatically in the last years. Werther is an opera about that. Of course, the main storyline is a love story going horribly wrong, but the reason for this mainly is the mental condition Werther is in. Goethe's The Sorrows of Young Werther is not so much a tale of love and romance as it is a chronicle of mental health. Specifically, it seems Goethe is tackling the idea of depression and even, though the term would not have existed then, bipolar depression. Werther spends his days feeling everything in extremes. When he's happy about something, even something seemingly small, he's overjoyed by it. When he's saddened by something or someone, he's inconsolable. Each disappointment pushes him nearer and nearer to the edge, of which Werther himself seems to be aware and almost welcoming. In fact, even Lotte or Charlotte in Massenet's opera, the reason Werther sacrifices himself in the end is only an excuse for this sacrifice and not the actual root cause of Werther's sorrows. In addition, Werther is a rather arrogant, self-centered person. He is not very concerned about anybody else, even Lotte or Charlotte, when it comes down to it. Werther is entirely engrossed in his own pleasures, his own happiness and his own despairs. Goethe seems genuinely concerned with mental disturbances and depression. He takes the disease seriously rather than allowing his character to be played off as having passions, for example. Does that mean that we shouldn't enjoy listening to this opera anymore?
That's impossible.
I would argue the opposite is the case. If we understand Werther's character better, we can sympathize even more with him and with his struggle, with the disease he has to live with every moment, every minute of every day. What a battle that is. Let's start by watching Werther's very first entrance in the first act. He's singing about nature's beauty, and let's talk about that afterwards.
Je ne sais si je veille ou si je rêve encore. Tout ce qui m'environne a l'air d'un paradis. Le bois soupire ainsi qu'une harpe sonore. Un monde se révèle à mes yeux éblouis.
Oh, that's a beautiful set design, huh? Very traditional, but it looks really great. Very tasteful done.
Mon adieu pleine de grâce, reine du temps et de l'espace.
First, Roberto Alagna in Bilbao, I think 2015, sings beautifully. And I want to apologize for the subtitles. I added subtitles to all of the videos you see here. And sometimes the subtitles are white and the underground is white too, and you can't read it very well. I'm sorry about that. But we get already a sense about Werther's sensitivity here, right? Everything is a paradise. Everything is like a dream, like heaven.
Mystérieux silence, au calme solennel, tout m'attire et me plaît, ce mur et ce coin sombre. Cette source limpide et la fraîcheur de l'ombre, il n'est pas une haie.
This is a good example. It reminds me on an episode of the sitcom Friends, where Alec Baldwin is introduced as a friend of Phoebe Buffay, and this Alec Baldwin guy, he is so excited, but everything he sees, he's like, oh, a table, what a wonderful handcrafted table, it's fantastic. So everything is like a miracle to him. You can look it up in YouTube, you will find it, Alec Baldwin, Friends.
Il n'est pas impuissant, où n'éclose une fleur, où ne passe un frisson. Au nature, enivre-moi de parfum, mer éternellement jeune, adorable et pure. Ô nature, et toi soleil, viens m'inonder de tes
Well, nature. Werther turns to nature in hopes of finding self-sufficiency, but fails due to finding the world he lives in valueless. Goethe writes Werther as a character who is depressed and existential in the sense that he struggles to find meaning in his existence,
A whole existential thing.
but romanticizes the idea of attempting to fill the lonely void within himself with a relationship. So the moment he meets Charlotte, he immediately replaces his fixation on nature with her, and from now on dedicates his time to pursuing a relationship with Charlotte, one that he knows could never occur, to create his own existential meaning. But the second he gets reminded that Charlotte is promised to Albert and that the relationship between him and Charlotte will never happen, his thoughts immediately turn to ending his life. Let's watch the final moments of Act 1. Now we are in Vienna at the Vienna State Opera. Marcelo Alvarez is Werther and Elina Garanca is Charlotte. 2005, I think. And we have to keep in mind that Charlotte is still such a young woman. She's like 18, 19 maybe, and after she lost her mother, it was her job to take care of all of her siblings and of her father, which was really hard. I can imagine her excitement when this young man, good-looking, romantic, poetic, polite, is courting her. I mean, she must be thrilled of that, and we can see that in this interpretation of Garanca, which is very interesting. She really enjoys his company, and even after she learns that Albert is back and she is promised to Albert, she still is flirting with him, even after Werther is saying, oh my God, I have to kill myself. She likes it, kind of. She's not taking him seriously, but she loves his strong reaction. It makes her feel good, and she's even sending him a flirtatious kiss at the end. Oof, poor Werther, this is not helping him.
Charlotte, c'est Goethe, ma mère, m'a fait jamais dans cette paix pour les mots. Dieu, mettez-moi qu'en instant près de vous, avec oublié, et seulement
She is playing with fire here, oh my god. But she's young and stupid, as all young people are. Sorry, no, not all of them are. I was when I was young, so projection. I like Alvarez. He's really acting so well. We can read each and any emotion and thought in his face, in his eyes. He's doing a great job. Remember this line, un autre son époux, another man her husband will be her husband. We need it in a moment. When Werther enters the second act, his fixation on Charlotte is as strong as ever, and ignoring the fact that Charlotte and Albert are married for 3 months already. Werther simply can't let go. And I told you, you have to remember this one. 3 months have passed and he is still at the exact same second as 3 months ago. Another one will marry her. I mean, this shows the kind of fixation, unhealthy fixation he developed on Charlotte. Neil Shicoff, by the way, beautiful. What a great Werther. I think the production is from Aix-en-Provence. I don't know the year, but beautiful singing and a great production, as you will see a little bit later. There is a transparent veil behind him, separating him from the real world where all the personage is passing by, while he is isolated in front, encapsulated in his sorrow.
La vie avec cet ange à mon côté, mon existence tienne n'aurait jamais été qui n'en est pas prière. Et maintenant, parfois, j'ai peur de blasphémer. La plus divine, la plus belle créature, quand Dieu me si formé, c'est moi, qu'elle a pourrait aimer. Lorsque s'ouvre le ciel qui s'illumine, soudain je l'ai vu se fermer, je
phrase here first. I mean, did you realize, I mean, he's always talking about it would have been, I could have. So he's really stuck in the past, which is not healthy. And secondly, Shicoff sings really beautifully and he's so funny. I mean, he has this position, it's so typical for him. He was very young here. I worked with him in Vienna on Evgeny Onegin and on Peter Grimes, and I've seen him doing this position when he has to sing a high note so often. He is so funny. He's a great actor, great singer. Of course, he's crazy, in a really great way. Crazy. I could tell you a story. No, but I won't. It didn't escape Albert's attention that Werther has a thing for his wife.
I just have a feeling that something is wrong.
And he gives him a seemingly friendly but thinly veiled warning.
Stay away from my wife, you wretched piece of shit.
But Albert even tries to play the matchmaker between Werther and Charlotte's sister, Sophie, who is very much interested in Werther herself. For this scene, we are back at the Vienna State Opera. Marcelo Alvarez is Werther, Adrian Eröd is Albert, and Ileana Tonca is Sophie, Charlotte's sister. What I like in this production is that Albert is not just a boring, greyish husband. He is a real opponent to Werther. He is dangerous, as you will see. Wow, I mean, this is really mean. The way he is patronizing Werther. Oh my God, rubbing salt into his wounds. Not nice. This is obviously a game those two men, those two rivals are playing with each other. Albert is saying, no problem, that you love my wife or loved my wife is all forgiven. And Werther is saying, hey, I'm just having friendship in my heart. And nobody believes the other one. It's a great game they are playing. Not a funny game, but an interesting game. I'm asking myself, what's in the glasses they have? Is it beer or some juice? I don't know. It looks like beer, and I'm sure Alvarez, especially Alvarez, is very happy that he has something to drink here because he is sweating. And why is he sweating? Because he's wearing a sweater and a jacket that's warm enough, but then all the lamps which are burning down on him, it's not like 60-watt bulbs. It's like 1,500 watts, and not one lamp, it's like 10, 15 are directed on him. So it's really warm on stage, and he's so well clothed. So I'm sure he's happy about his beer or whatever it is. I like this picture, this tableau, because it catches perfectly the three different states of minds of those three people. I mean, Albert in the background, glooming, really suspicious, and rightly so, of course. And Werther, desperate and sad, and poor Sophie, I mean, she starts to realize that she not really has a chance with Werther. So I love it, and I love the whole set, this huge tree. It's like a German, because we are in Germany, a German beer garden. Unfortunately, Werther couldn't be less interested in Sophie or any other woman. He keeps following Charlotte and keeps pushing her to consider him, until Charlotte has enough and tells him that he has to stop and leave her alone, at least for a few months, until Christmas. To no one's surprise, Werther is not taking this well, and again reconsiders death as a solution to this situation. For the final scene of Act 2, we join Charlotte, which is Sophie Koch or Koch, I'm not sure. As Charlotte, she's wonderful, and Jonas Kaufmann as Werther. And I know there are many viewers who say, oh, Kaufmann, he's not a real tenor. Oh, whatever. All I can say, he is brilliant here. Acting-wise and singing-wise, as you will see. One word about Sophie Koch. Koch? Please let me know in the comments below. In contrast to Garanca, who was very flirtatious, she's more restrained. She's more, keep your distance, Werther. She's very strict. I like it. Very strong reaction from Charlotte here, the way she got free from Werther, very nice. And that was typical for what I said in the beginning, that he's so self-centered, it's all about him. He's saying, of course, I want just the best for you, but I'm not leaving you alone.
sans repos. Je le ferai. Et si la force m'abandonne, ah, c'est moi pour toujours qui me reposerai. Pourquoi trembler devant la mort? Devant la nôtre. On lève le rideau, puis on passe de l'autre côté. Voilà ce qu'on nomme mourir. Offensons-nous le ciel en cessant de souffrir. Lorsque l'enfant revient d'un voyage à voler, bien loin de lui garder quelque ressentiment. Au seul bruit de ses pas tressaille la demeure, et le cœur joyeux l'embrasse longuement. Oh Dieu qui m'a pris, serais-tu moi non, tu ne saurais pas, irrompu sous tes voiles, rejeté dans la nuit, ton fils infortuné. Oh fils, devinant ton sourire au travers des étoiles, il reviendrait vers toi avant ce pardonner. Père, 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 que je ne connais pas, à qui pour toi j'ai foi. Pardonne, mon Père,
Well, this is very impressive. It's touching. It's haunting. It's haunting. I mean, here My impression is, especially the way Kaufmann sings it, portrays it, that this is a real authentic moment. There's no self-pity here. In my opinion, this is just a glimpse into the permanent and all-covering sadness in his soul caused by his depression. And the way he expresses the possibility that he can lift the curtain and go through and will be greeted like a homecoming child by an all-benevolent father is... Oh my God. So if any of you feel like that, you can reach out. Go and speak with a friend. Go and talk to someone, please. And Jonas Kaufmann, whatever critique some of you have of him, I mean, this obliterates it. I mean, he is sensational here. In Act 3, we can see what an effect Werther's obsession has not only on him, but on Charlotte, Sophie, and even on Albert as well, by constantly sending Charlotte letters in which he talks in detail about his permanent suffering. He forces her to live through his despair with him. So we are in the third act, and this is a production I really like, especially from an aesthetic point of view. I mean, look at this. I mean, the colors, the strong blue with the white, the high ceilings, the high windows. In the windowsill, in one of the windowsills are the Christmas gifts already wrapped. The painting leaning against the wall. It's beautiful. And we have a crib here, so maybe Charlotte is pregnant, might be. I don't think a baby is already in the crib, because the baby would for sure wake up and cry because Charlotte is singing so loud. It's a beautiful, beautiful scene, and Sophie Rennert does a fantastic job. I don't know from where this production is. It looks Scandinavian to me, but I don't know. It's not in the description of the video, it doesn't say so. I think this could be the motto of the whole opera, of the whole constellation between our protagonists. Too fragile, and everything is breaking. And then, at Christmas, he shows up at Charlotte's house and he has made up his mind to win her over once and for all, ignoring everything and everyone around him. Charlotte, who has a lot of sympathy for him, struggles to respond in a way which would calm down the overexcited Werther until he forces himself onto her, what made her, in return, come to the decision to cut all ties to him for good. Here we are. Werther, Juan Florez, has come to Charlotte, Isabel, Leonard, to convince her once and for all to leave Albert and be with him. I like the way both of the singers portray their characters. I mean, Florez, he's the opposite of vain here. He's completely decomposed, so to say. His character, he has given up on looking good, on being nicely dressed. He lost it completely. And Isabel Leonard is very cool, and she tries really to fend him off, and he is forcing himself on her, and she's fighting back. She sings several times, "Pitié, pitié, mercy, mercy, don't do it." And that could mean, because it's music and it can interpret it in several ways, and the words can be interpreted as well. It can mean, please, I feel I will give in, I love you, and please don't push me anymore because I want you. Or it can mean, please stay away, you are overstepping, I feel threatened. I like this production. Bologna, did I say that already? It's in Bologna, and I think 2021, 2020, around this time. Well, that's a very strong scene, right? Desperation from Werther's side, and also the helplessness from Charlotte's side, how to react, how to push him away and not too much pushing him away. It's such a psychological drama. It's fantastic. And now in the last act, in Act 4, we find Werther, who has been using the guns he has borrowed from Albert on himself, dying. Charlotte comes to the dying Werther, and maybe in order to console him in his last moments, or maybe because it is true, she tells him that she loved him as well. And one could argue that this is his final triumph. Finally, Charlotte can't ignore him anymore and has to acknowledge that he has won in the end. For our last scene here, it's the fourth act. We are back at the Vienna State Opera. It's again Alvarez, it's Garanca and Adrian Eröd as Albert, who came with Charlotte and is standing there in the background, dangerous, lurking over the scene here. And he will have to hear how Charlotte, his wife, says to Werther, yes, I love you, I've always loved you, and there's a chain between us which can't be destroyed. Sure, not easy for Albert to hear, but of course it's not about him here, it's about those two. So what do you think? I'm really curious, what's your opinion about this? Do you think that she really is in love with Werther, was in love with Werther from the beginning, but just followed her duty? Or is she just, is she telling him that she loves him in order to help him in his very last moments? Please write me in the comment section. I really want to know what you think here. Well, what do you think? This video might have been a disappointment for you if you see Werther mainly as a romantic and of course tragic love story. But I think the points I was trying to make have some merit. I am as much a fan of romance as anyone else, but maybe you have seen my last two videos where I was talking about the relevance of opera for our lives. Well, this is relevant. And of course, not only operas, it's art itself in all of its forms that can make us understand ourselves better and hopefully makes us better as people. I love romantic stories with a happy end, but I think talking about Werther in the context of depression is important. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, please take care and ciao.